it's not just about books. It's about clarity. It's about why most business books never happen. It's about why you right now in 2026, as a coach, consultant, somebody that has a point of view in your profession, need to write a book. And here's a couple of reasons that we kind of came up with it. So I belong to a group called the Smart Social Mastery, and we have decided this year that all together we're going to write our point of view books, our thought leadership books, whatever you want to call them. But the idea of getting our mindset out there. And here's why: because of AI, there's more and more content out there everywhere. It's just burying us in content and in thoughts. And in fact, most of the things that we do now, I mean, truly, like, knowledge is no longer really all that important in the sense of, like, there's knowledge for everything. You can go out and find everything out. I know this because a couple of weeks ago, maybe it's a couple of months now, I actually installed a toilet in my house on my own, um, just using YouTube videos and ChatGPT to help me get through it. So I know that right now we have a lot of things on our plate that are knowledge, but we don't know what's right. So am I a plumber? No. So I definitely went out and listened to plumbers on YouTube. And so there, almost everything you can piecemeal together on your own. But here's the problem. Most people have this tsunami of information that's coming at them at 100 miles an hour, but they need a point of view. They need to know what it is that they need to do. So I guess, if I have 14, 15 choices, I need to know which one choice is the choice for me. And that's why you need to write a book, because your point of view, the way that you do things, only you do that. And that is important for you to start putting it out. So let me just talk about this really quick. It's not really about a lack of ideas that's the problem. There's three reasons probably that you haven't written your book yet. Number one is you may not know what to write. So that's totally clear. You just are thinking, I have to have this perfect, book. I have to have this perfect thing in order. I heard somebody the other day say this to me. He said, I know I need to write a book. I have these things, I have these ideas, but I don't know if any of those are really good for right now. Again, it's just about that clarity that you need. So the lack of ideas is probably not a problem in the sense that you have ideas. It's probably a problem of, like, which idea you should pick. I mean, I know that for most people who are experts in their field, that's usually the problem. Like, you know that you need to pick an idea for a book, but you're not sure which idea is the right idea for that book and which one will resonate with your audience. So it's not that lack of ideas. It's really a lack of clarity. So, um, you may think, what audience should I? So one of the things I would say matters is, like, knowing what who your audience is for that book, right? So you may think, oh, I need to, like, appeal to all these different audiences and all these different things. And here's the funny thing, like with a book, it's really important to pick one audience and just write to that person. In fact, you might actually have a better book if you just write as if you're writing to one person in the house. So that's what you want to think about: is if you don't know what to write, you're worried about the wrong audience, the wrong book, the wrong focus. We're going to go through that. In fact, one of the things I will tell you at the end is this group that I'm telling you about, Smart Social Mastery, have decided as a group that we're writing our books this year. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, is kind of how we're approaching this. And if you want to join us, I'll give you some information at the end. But honestly, right now, I just want to go through what we're going to do. The first thing you want to have is a clear, big idea for a book. So for a book, it's just one idea, generally speaking. You're not putting your whole life's story, your whole life business and everything into one book. You can write another book. Don't worry about it. Like, once you've written a book, you kind of get on a roll. I know lots of people who've written books and they've written more than one. So you will really just need this big idea. So what is that big idea? So we're going to talk about that, how to find that. And that's a promise that you're giving to your audience. So that one audience that you're trying to help them with this one problem or this one way of thinking. So that's what you're going to do, number one. Number two, you might say, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to stand out in this, like, sea of sameness. Like, it seems like everybody does what I've done. Somebody's already written the book about what I know about. That is true. There's probably somebody that's written a book about what you have done. And guess what? That means it's validated. That means people want that information. If there's a book out there that's popular, that is in your field, that is about what you know about, and you know what? It's been successful. You know what that means? It means it's validated. So there's more people out there that might like benefit from your point of view on that topic versus another book. So again, that book is really important in that way. And guess what's great about a book? Once you've written a book, you will have a framework. And that framework, then you can do things like give speeches. You can put together products and services that go with that book that people may want to buy that from you. So there's that service from you. So there's just a lot of great things that come out of a book. I've been a member, I've been a part of writing several books. And I'm going to tell you that being an author makes you somebody that people want to hear from. It's just a little bit of a thing with your thought leadership. So one of the things I really feel, especially in this time and day, is that all of us need that point of view out there. So the differentiator is that it makes you, your point of view, your framework, how you think. This is the heart of what I'm talking about. It's like having something out there that has all of those things. So where most books go wrong is that people think that information is authority. It is not. We have so much information out there. You can get information about anything, anywhere, anytime. I said it earlier in the stream. I put together some stuff with YouTube videos and whatever to install a toilet in my house. I am not a plumber. I have no background in that. So there's so many ways that people can find information and just kind of do the thing themselves. Here's the thing. Most people don't want to do that. And by the way, I was wondering about my choices too at about 1 o'clock in the morning when I was trying to figure out things I didn't know what I was doing. So you're going to want to buy, you're going to want to call the plumber. You're going to want to have that point of view. You're going to want to have somebody come in and tell you what is the right direction to go. And that's where a book comes in. That book comes in because you now have something in your hand that you can hand to somebody or you can show to somebody, or a framework, or get on a video like this and talk about that is like, here's how you would do this. This is the direction you would go. So that big idea comes down to that big idea and then a framework under that idea. And so that's how I would build your book. Have that big idea, then describe it in terms of a framework that people can follow. So 6 steps, 8 steps, that's one way. Or these 3 basic areas, or a journey through how to do something. I have something called the pathway to mastery for how you become visible online. I could write an entire book of just the pathway to mastery for a consultant like myself. And then, other consultants would be quite interested to like look over my shoulder and see what appeals to them and what doesn't, but that gives them a point of view and a way to go. So that's the way I would do that. So again, information does not equal authority. Authority is all about putting together that information in a package so people can ingest it and understand it. A point of view, that's really important right now, is a point of view. Guess what doesn't have a point of view? AI. AI does not have a point of view. You have a point of view. If you're not using AI to distill your thoughts instead of give you your thoughts, you're not using AI right. You have to use AI in a way that it will help you distill your thoughts. And we're going to do that in this course. Like, I'm going to have AI basically, interview you and pull things out of you instead of the other way around. I think that just we're making big problems with that. We're absolutely are. We're doing this the wrong way. So anyway, applied experience is really important to people. Clear thinking is really important to people. That comes in a book. So that's really my philosophy around this. I mean, AI can generate words. It can't generate judgment. It can generate all kinds of things. And guess what? It is programmed to go to the average of everybody. So it takes all of the information that's out there and it gives you what the average person it thinks is in your position might think. You are not average. You do not want to be average. And that's why creating your point of view in a defensible matter in a book is something that you should be doing in 2026, even though it seems like it might not be a good thing. I think it's a good thing. So I know the biggest problem, and it is for me too, is time. You're like, I don't have time to write a book. I don't have that time. I just don't think I'll do it. I think I'll get started and I won't finish. I know you feel that way. That's why we're starting a cohort to help you write your book, because, and by the way, it's just a bunch of other coaches and consultants, and we've decided to do this. So we're putting this cohort together. We're starting next week. It's 6 weeks and you will have your book outlined. It will be completely, fully outlined. And even if you don't write your book from there, you now have your philosophy in writing in a way of a framework. And that's, I think, something a lot of us don't do. A lot of us as coaches and consultants, we put ourselves out there and then we just like basically um, do whatever the client needs. They come to us and we say, hey, yeah, we can do this or I can do that. But the truth is that the client is looking to you for guidance. And so what we're going to be doing is making sure you have your guidance put together in a framework that you can use. In a book, yes, it's the way we're doing it. That's the vehicle we're getting there, is getting your thoughts and your thought leadership and the way you think into a process. So that follow through is really important for that. And I know that that's really important for all of us as people and as consultants, is that we have to have that moment where we can say, okay, I have this under control. Okay, so structure, guided momentum, a realistic plan. So let me tell you about this realistic plan. It goes into 6 weeks, and I've thought about this a lot because I've done this myself as I'm putting together my own stuff. And really, it's about 6 steps. The first step is clarifying your core idea. And that step is really important because that is the big idea that I talked about a little bit earlier. Clarifying that idea. What is it? Who's it for? All of those things. And then the next step is the book promise. So when somebody reads a book, they want to get something out of it, right? They're going to read the thing to get the thing out of it. So we're going to talk about the book promise and how to keep people reading your book along the way. And then we're going to build an outline for your book. And that book outline is going to become everything to you, your framework, your all of those things that come together. I was just listening to Jenny Dietrich the other day on a podcast, on a podcast, and she was amazing. But she was talking about her framework that she put together and now has become, she put it in a book, and then it became an entire framework that she sold. It's now in universities. It's all of those things. So thinking about that, like how do you go from something in a book to like an entire business built around that? That took a number of years, but I'm just saying to you that that is what can come out of distilling your ideas into that outline. And then we're going to do discovering your author voice. We're going to really work on how your author voice is going to be. What is it going to be inside of that book? How does it sound? What does it do? We will define it. I will have AI interview you and come up with it with the brand voice. And then we're going to draft those key chapters. You can draft them directly yourself. You can do it collaboratively with AI, or do it yourself. Either way, it works. We're going to work through that because if you have your brand voice, you can kind of do some things with that. I'll teach you how to do it both ways. One way that's really, really good is if you don't want to use AIs, you can also just speak out your chapters. So there's just a lot of different ways that we're going to help you get through that. And then finally, we're going to commit to a writing plan. So it's going to go into your calendar and you're going to write every single week until it's done. And so that may take you a couple months. It may take you a couple of weeks. It just depends on how much you want to put in to the writing side. So that is the whole system. You go from clarifying the core idea to defining your book promise, to building your outline, to discovering your author voice, to drafting your key chapters, to committing to a writing plan that is doable for you. And so I'm very, very excited that, I'm going to be doing this. We're starting next week. I hope that some of you might want to come along, but you might want to write down those 6 steps. If you don't want to do it with us, do it yourself. But it's so important that you start to have a point of view that you're putting out there on social media, in books, in your content, because AI is just the average. It's the average, and everybody's using it. Everybody's using it just to be average. So let's plus it up in 2026. This is really, really good for coaches and consultants. I hope that some of you might be available for that. Let me pull this up for you so you can see it. Let me see if I have I think I do. I think I have a nice little, yes, I do. Let me do that real quick. So I'm going to give you a little QR code so that you can look at this if you want to. I'm 100% excited to be doing this because I feel like as coaches and consultants, we just have to have a point of view. I mean, why would people hire you unless you did? And I know a lot of people are worried about being hired and like AI taking over. But here's the thing. Even if AI is like, and it will be, everybody's going to be using it. They're going to be laying off people. They're going to be using this as an excuse. But the truth is that even with all of that, you are going to matter if you have a point of view, because people are going to come to you for that. So here is the Author Accelerator QR code. You can click on that. You can also go to my profile, and there's a link there to my kind of link tree thing, and it's in there too. So I would love for you to be a part of this with us. There's, I think, a growing number of us. I think there's already 12 or 13 of us that are doing this together, and we're all this in the same kind of boat, if you want to say that. So this is the Smart Author Accelerator. I hope you join us, because it's time for you to write a book. I'm holding I had AI put this book in my hand, but pretty funny because it didn't do a good job with the fingers. But this is my book that I wrote, The Most Amazing Marketing Book Ever, with Mark Schaefer and with 36 other authors. And I also launched this worldwide, and we became a best-selling book, and we've sold it. And I think we have it's in 5 different languages now. So there's just so much that can come from writing a book, including like having all these friends and people that are amazing that you will get to know. So I hope you join us, because this is your year. This is the time to do it, guys. And now is the time to plant your flag. I'm telling you, this AI thing, I know it's scary. There's a lot of issues around it. It's only going to accelerate over the next year or two. And having a framework is going to be really, really important, because guess what? AI loves frameworks. And so you're going to be able to build something around this. So please put your flag in the ground and come join us. This is something Smart Social Mastery has been running for a couple of years now. And I have a lot of people that are in there that will tell you how great it is as an opportunity to connect with each other. And this is just a easy way for you to come and join us for 6 weeks and get this thing done. So again, I am happy to be here, and I hope that if you do nothing else, that you start planting your flag and having a point of view and putting together your framework, and hopefully come and put it into a book with us. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, and I will I have the comments down below. Ask me any questions that you have. If you have a question about writing a book, or what you're thinking, and if you're interested in joining us, let me know in the comments too, and I will send you the link. Anyway, take care. Bye.